Hey, Amy. What are we doing?
Plant touring.
Where at?
Retreat plant shop, of course.
I'm so excited. Are you excited?
Of course I am. It's one of my favorite plant shops, ever. And honestly, one of the first I ever, went to as a plant person. So, yeah, I'm stoked.
All right, let's go do it.
Let's do it.
What'd you find?
An amazing puzzle.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Like holy moly.
Hold on, let's get the focus. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice.
Hey guys, welcome to Nodes and Fronds. I'm Amy.
I'm Sarah.
And we are here at Retreat Plant Company in Snohomish, Washington with the owner, Jenni. And so, Jenni, we have some interview questions for you, and then we're going to tour your plant shop.
Sounds good.
So first off, what inspired you to start your plant shop?
Well, so we weren't really starting as a plant shop per se when we did begin. We started with kind of a model of 30% plants, and the rest would be like vintage things, new things, and furniture actually. But once we started bringing in plants, people wanted more. And then we brought in those, and we ended up essentially just bringing in so many plants. We're a plant shop.
And you did recently change names, right?
We did, and mainly because the name didn't really reflect what we really were, which is, and we fully embrace it. We're a plant shop now.
Love that. So Retreat Plant Shop. And Sarah, you want to take the next question?
Sure. I don't remember all the questions. So, what is the vision for the future of this shop?
So there's a little teaser, but we have some really cool things in the works, and that is but it's all in line with keeping the main vision, which is being a community and actually collaborating and learning together and growing together, and basically, as usual, includes plants.
Yeah.
So
It's the most important part.
yes.
Well, there's so many people in different stages of their plant life
Yes.
that, having that community is awesome because you have some newbies and, some senior plant people. So it's awesome to have a spot where they can all collaborate. Next is, if you specialize in anything, what do you specialize in?
Well, the funny thing is, and it sounds simple, but one of the things we're really excited to do is start people on the plant journey. We get a lot of people and they're like, I like them, but I really, really want to have plants. And I always say there's no such thing as a black thumb. Yeah. It's about finding the right plant for your space, for your skill level, for the amount of time you want to invest in it. So we really love, that's something we're passionate about, is just connecting someone with a plant that's right for them. Yeah. Because if you walk in and you're like, I like that plant particularly, it might not be the right plant. Mm-hmm. And then you're discouraged. Yeah. Because it ends up not being successful. So we're about really honestly listening to the person, listening to their needs, and listening to what they're liking, and finding them the right plant to serve it.
I love that because that is true. I've met so many people who are like, oh, I can't.
Yes.
I can kill succulents. I'm like, well, maybe then a succulent is not the right plant for you.
Exactly.
Trust me, succulents are not the right plant for me. I've killed dozens of them.
They're definitely not I wouldn't say a beginner.
No. So I love that that's something you specialize in, is helping get people into plants and starting their journey out right.
Yes. And one of the things though that we're finding is that as we have been doing this for a while now, we're finding that our the new plant parents are becoming more they want something a little bit difficult or maybe something rare, and so we're working on that too.
That's awesome. I love that. So how was 2020 different for you and your business and plants and stuff?
It was very different. It of like scary moments and sometimes, but I mean, wondering if you'd even be able to stay in business because we didn't know what was going to happen. But probably the biggest thing is just finding plants, getting enough plants, getting the plants that our customers want. And that was a hurdle because the growers, there weren't as many people doing the growing because of COVID. And so we're still experiencing that lag, definitely. So that was definitely difficult, and we're still experiencing it.
Right.
So,
have you noticed a growth of interest in houseplants over the last, year or two?
Yeah, and that is part. I mean, those are tied together,
right?
Because there is such a great demand, which it was already spiking, but with COVID, even more so. People want their offices. Their homes are their offices now. Mm-hmm. They're home a lot more. Their home was their whole world for a while. So we saw a big increase just because of COVID, let alone just that normal cycle of growth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you had the low supply.
Yeah.
So low supply, high demand. It's an awkward thing.
Yes.
So what would you like to see from the community, like the plant community, like both locally and like at large? What would you like to see come from it?
Well, it kind of goes back to that first thing about my vision for this shop and how I like kind of my relationships with other plant shop owners, whether online or brick and mortar, is that instead of being so focused on competition, to the point where you isolate yourself essentially and you have no community. Mm-hmm. It's better to have that community, to learn from each other. I'd like to see more forums, like where plant people who can, especially people who are selling them, can come together and like troubleshoot. And I just see way more good coming from focusing on collaboration. Mm-hmm. I'm not a competitive person by nature, but even if you are, if you do too much of that, you end up in a community. Yeah. And it's sad. So
you're left on your own.
I want to avoid that and like do something, and I'm working on that. Like
community over competition.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, because it's about the plants and about the community. Mm-hmm. If it worked for the community, I mean, a lot of us are doing it because of the plant community, because of the relationships we built.
Yeah.
And not just our customers, but the other people who are doing the same thing. Mm-hmm.
For sure. And then the last question we have for you, which is a hard one for all plant lovers, is what is your favorite plant?
It's actually easiest question you've asked me. Yes, because that one hands down is the easy.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
I mean, it's something I feel all of us need in our home. Yep. It's just that one plant that it's not no care, but it is low maintenance.
It is.
It's going to do really, really well for you. Really, it works so hard for you. I mean, it does all the work. I mean, water it about once a month, and it's happy. I wouldn't say put it in place in the window, but I mean, it's happy with low lighting, and it's just everybody needs one of those.
Yeah, I recently got one this last year, and it is in a dark corner of my living room, and I think I've watered it like maybe 5 or 6 times, and it has just put out loads of new shoots. So I mean, it's super, super easy. So it's very gratifying.
I know, and although they say it's a lower growing, has a lower rate of growth,
no,
I haven't really seen that.
Yeah,
So I beg to differ. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, thank you for joining us for the interview.
Yeah, we're
so
excited
to kind of, explore your shop a little bit because it's gorgeous and we love it.
Well, we're so glad to have you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jenni.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Jenni, why don't you show us around your shop?
Of course. Okay, this is a place that we have a lot of interest usually because of our little succulents and our tiny tropicals. We usually have more, we're a little bit low right now. And we also have baby cacti over here, which are fun. People love just being able to pick out a little plant and a little pot. Behind you, we have a pretty good selection of baby pots that you can choose from, and we always try to keep a really good selection. We have a whole nother display in the back with colors, if you like colors, but these are our neutrals, and that's always fun. And so this is our air plant section. We have like different air plant holders that you can use, and then we have the Xerographica and just all of our smaller air plants. And it's kind of fun. this, this is where we have all of Amy's pottery that she makes. We love it, and we really wanted to feature this because she is our first local artist that we have here, and we love her pots. So this way people can really see them and know that they're made especially for them, not mass produced, for sure. And then we have a little children's book section. We find if we kind of keep them together, it makes it more like a better feature. Kids like something for themselves.
They do.
So, and then a Wally Girl wall. So we used to have them all full, but now we use these as kind of places to put extras. But people love this too. You can buy like 3, put them together, and you've got a whole beautiful wall full of plants. Oh, I want to show, we got some really neat lights. Grow lights that are gorgeous. Like they add to the space. Beautiful lights. So we have that.
That's awesome because grow lights can be very ugly.
Very ugly, that's true. And the light from them, not so pretty. And then, here we go. Another thing that you and your husband made, Amy and her husband. We designed these kind of together, and we use this for our propagation wall. So we can sell cuttings right off the wall with tubes. So that's fun. And then all of our hanging plants go back here, and then pots, just a lot of pots. We really try to have, we have all of our neutrals on these shelves and here.
And some fun shapes too.
These are so fun. Mm-hmm.
These are adorable.
Because we have never met an animal planter we didn't like.
No.
Nope, not gonna happen. Yeah, and all of our neutrals are here. That just makes it a little easier for people when, and most of our 4-inch, we have like kind of a display. So it's just really easy to connect, like, okay, pot, plant. And then all of our colors are, like all of the ones with colors are underneath this main table, kind of going here in front. So. And then just decorations, I guess.